In the jungles of Papua New Guinea, a tribe still practices a strange and mysterious ritual that not everyone can understand. It is the Korowai tribe, where coffins are hung from trees, a testament to their belief in the spirit world and the protection of ancestors. The Korowai tribe is one of the last isolated communities in the world, maintaining ancient customs for hundreds of years. The highlight of their customs is the tree-hanging coffin ceremony, a mysterious ritual that has left many people in awe. The Korowai believe that when a person dies, their soul will not be able to rest if their body touches the ground. Therefore, they hang coffins from trees so that the soul is not hindered on its journey to the world of ancestors. When a person in the tribe passes away, the family will make a wooden coffin to hold the body. They will then choose a tall, ancient tree to hang the coffin, ensuring that the deceased is not harmed by evil spirits. The chosen tree must be sturdy, symbolizing the strong connection between humans and the spirit world. After hanging the coffin, a prayer and thanksgiving ceremony will be held, helping the deceased's soul escape the mortal world. This ritual not only honors the deceased, but also protects the family from attacks by evil spirits. The Korowai believe that if the body is not hung on a tree, these spirits will return and harass the living. This makes the coffin hanging ritual an important part of the tribe's beliefs. However, this ritual also faces criticism from the outside world. Researchers and human rights organizations have criticized hanging bodies on trees, arguing that it can cause hygiene and health problems. However, the Korowai do not accept these opinions. For them, the hanging coffin ceremony is a way to maintain a connection with their ancestors and protect their souls from invisible threats. Nowadays, as the Korowai tribe has come into contact with the modern world, the custom of hanging coffins on trees has become rare. However, the people of the tribe still firmly believe in this tradition, considering it a way to preserve their cultural identity. The hanging coffin ceremony is not only a part of their beliefs, but also a reminder of respect for the spirits and nature. However, this tradition is still an indispensable part of the spiritual life of the Korowai tribe, expressing respect for the deceased and protecting the souls from the dark spirit world. Amid the towering trees and dense forests of Papua New Guinea, the Korowai tribe still holds a mystical belief in the soul that not everyone can explain. One of their prominent beliefs is the concept of the soul and the connection between humans and the supernatural world. The Korowai tribe, who live in houses built high up on large ancient trees in the jungle, not only have special traditions, but are also one of the only tribes in the world that still maintain belief in the spirit world. For the Korowai, the soul is not only a part of the living person, but also a factor that greatly influences their lives, even after that person has passed away. In the beliefs of the Korowai tribe, the soul is an entity that cannot be separated from the deceased, and it can continue to influence the physical world. They believe that when a person dies, their soul will continue to exist and can return to visit the living. However, if the soul is not properly honored, it will become an evil spirit and can cause harm to the family and community. One of the most important rituals in the Korowai tribe's beliefs is the tree-hanging ceremony, which they believe is the only way to ensure that the soul is protected and not held back by evil forces. They choose a tall and sturdy old tree, hang the coffin on it so that the soul of the deceased can easily move to the world of the ancestors. This helps the soul not be tied to the earthly world and can continue its journey to its eternal resting place. The spirit not only affects the deceased, but also plays an important role for the living. If a member of the community feels the intrusion of an evil spirit, they will perform rituals to exorcise that spirit. The shamans of the Korowai tribe have the ability to communicate with spirits and help families perform rituals to ward off evil forces to ensure peace for the community. The spirit is not only an invisible element, but the Korowai also believe that objects such as houses, tools, or other objects can also contain a part of the user's soul. Therefore, they pay great attention to protecting and honoring these objects so that they are not possessed by evil spirits. For the Korowai, the belief in spirits is a solid foundation for the customs and rituals in their daily lives. Performing rituals is not only to honor ancestors, but also to protect themselves and their families from the influence of evil forces. That is why the ritual of hanging coffins on trees and the rituals to pray for the dead have continued to be maintained through many generations, despite the increasing influence of the modern world. Deep in the jungles of Papua New Guinea, the Korowai tribe have lived almost completely isolated from the outside world. They are a mysterious people with ancient traditions that few people can understand. One of the things that sets them apart is their incredible isolation. The Korowai tribe are one of the last communities in the world to maintain a way of life isolated from the influences of the modern world. While most of humanity has connected and integrated into larger societies, the Korowai tribe continues to live in remote rainforests, where communication with the outside world is almost non-existent. Although the world has become aware of them, they still maintain the traditional way of life that their ancestors have passed down through the generations. The Korowai people's lives mainly revolve around their high-rise houses, built on tall, ancient trees. These houses are not only a place for them to live, but also a symbol of protection and respect for nature. The way the tree houses are built helps protect them from predators and floods that may occur in the area. This also shows respect for the spirits of their ancestors, because according to their beliefs, living at high altitudes helps them to be closer to the world of spirits. One of the reasons why the Korowai tribe still maintains a life of isolation is due to their strong beliefs in the sacredness of the world around them. They believe that contact with the outside world will destroy their connection with their ancestors and the supernatural world. Therefore, no matter how advanced the modern world becomes, the Korowai tribe still preserves their customs, rituals, and lifestyle without being affected too much. Since the Korowai tribe was first discovered in the 1970s, many researchers and tourists have sought to approach and explore this community. However, they remain very reserved and cautious when interacting with outsiders. The Korowai tribe values their privacy and freedom, and they do not easily open up to strangers. Their life is mainly based on hunting, gathering, and farming in the forest. They use primitive tools made of stone, wood, and bamboo, and do not rely on modern technology. The men of the tribe mainly hunt, while the women and children focus on gathering and taking care of the family. They live in a society in harmony with nature, where everything is connected and respected. Although the presence of the outside world has begun to impact their lives today, the Korowai tribe still maintains its unique cultural values and customs. It is this isolation that helps them preserve traditions, beliefs, and ways of life that few communities still maintain. In a world where social norms have changed over the generations, the Korowai tribe in Papua New Guinea still holds on to very distinct ideas about gender and the roles of men and women. They have specific customs and beliefs for each gender, creating a society with clear distinctions between men and women. In Korowai society, the roles of men and women are clear and unchangeable. Men are primarily responsible for hunting, protecting the community, and providing food for the family. Meanwhile, women focus mainly on housework, childcare, and harvesting food from the forest. Gender discrimination is not only reflected in work, but also affects the tribe's rituals and beliefs. Men are considered to have more power in society and can participate in important ceremonies, while women are often limited to family activities and are not allowed to participate in some religious ceremonies. However, women still play an important role in maintaining the life of the community. They're the ones who keep the fire in the family and ensure the survival of the next generations. In addition, in the Korowai tribe, marriage is an indispensable part of life. Couples are arranged according to tradition, with the husband being the decision-maker in all important matters. Marriage in the Korowai tribe is not simply a romantic relationship, but also a connection between families, helping to maintain social order and protect the community. However, the Korowai tribe also has interesting customs related to gender. One of these is that women can divorce by going out and finding a new husband if they feel dissatisfied with their family life. This is a rather special custom, showing a certain amount of freedom that women in the Korowai tribe enjoy, although there is still a clear distinction between men and women in other areas. In addition, in the Korowai tribe, there are very distinct concepts of adulthood for men and women. Men must undergo strict rituals to prove their ability to hunt and protect the community, while women must prove their ability to raise a family and harvest food from nature. This reflects a very clearly divided role society, where each person has separate responsibilities to maintain the stability and development of the community. Despite the clear gender distinctions within the Korowai tribe, the society maintains balance and harmony through customs and rituals that have been passed down through generations. This division of roles is not oppression, but rather part of the tribe's value system, helping them maintain social order in a wild environment where each individual plays an important role in the survival of the community. In the primeval forests of Papua New Guinea, the Korowai tribe practices one of the strangest and most terrifying customs in human history: cannibalism. Although no longer practiced today, this practice remains a part of their mysterious and mystical history. The Korowai tribe, known for their isolated lifestyle and mysterious customs, once practiced cannibalism as part of their rituals to honor the tribe's spirits and victories. The Korowai cannibalism was not an act of cruelty, but rather part of their wartime beliefs and customs. According to their traditions, those who were eaten were usually criminals or enemies captured alive in conflict. This act of cannibalism was seen as a way to eliminate evil and avenge the injuries suffered by the community. They believe that eating human flesh can help them destroy evil spirits and protect the community from evil forces. According to the elders of the tribe, the soul of the enemy will be absorbed into the body of the eater, making them stronger and making the enemy's soul unable to return to haunt the community. This cannibalism is not limited to battles, but is also related to ancestor worship rituals. The Korowai believe that by eating the flesh of their enemies, they not only purify themselves but also connect more closely with their ancestors, who have protected them since ancient times. These rituals are often held with the participation of warriors, whose duty is to perform rituals to honor their ancestors and ward off evil spirits. Although the practice of cannibalism has gradually disappeared in the Korowai community, there are still people in the tribe who keep the memory of this tradition. Some researchers and anthropologists say that this custom is only performed in special situations, not as a daily act, but as a sacred ritual to protect the community. Today, the Korowai tribe has had some contact with the outside world, and they no longer practice cannibalism. However, stories about this custom still exist in the memories of older generations of Korowai people. For them, cannibalism is an indispensable part of the past, associated with spiritual beliefs and protecting the community from evil forces. Although the Korowai cannibalism has now become a part of history, it is still a mysterious and mystical subject. Legends about this act continue to arouse curiosity and wonder for those who want to explore a unique and strange culture where rituals and beliefs still hold an important place in the life of the community.